For the record and for the people in the chat, if I'm not judging it, is if that's what you want to do, by all means, then go ahead and do it. That's one of your God-given rights in this beautiful country of the US and A. But all that I'm saying is just that's a lot. That's a lot of people to be influenced by it. And then, of course, with this younger generation that's already more hypersexual, we can very much see that number double within just 2 years.
I can't
So,
argue that.
so,
I won't argue that either.
so again, that is a lot of people because that 300 can turn into a million within less than 5 years.
Unless
OnlyFans,
they get denied.
what
OnlyFans out here denying folks.
shit, then they're gonna just jump to a different platform. Cause what OnlyFans really got popular around 2021, during the pandemic or whatnot. That's when we really found out about it. So if we see it get to 300,000 people within 3-4 years, then just imagine again what it'll do in 5 years.
But you
So,
know what? That's a result of people don't go to church no more. People don't believe in higher. If they do,
oh yeah, ain't no morals.
they don't do anything. They don't steal things like that into their kids anymore. So it's like it's leaving your kids out here like a free for all, like oh anything goes type of situation. When we were growing up, we had morals. You were scared of God. Bluesy
So
to sit down somewhere.
so to me that's all that's venturing into a whole different type of conversation because back then, and when we say back then to the people that are watching, when we say back then wasn't that long ago, y'all.
It wasn't.
Back then we're literally talking from about 2001 and
We're seeing
before.
pre-social media age.
And back then the individualism wasn't really there. The village was still allowed to have their input in making sure you were moving the right way. So now we are so individualized and we are leaning on our own moral compasses
Yep.
when we don't really have a foundation. And it's crazy to me that even if even if you're, let's say you don't believe in God and you're an atheist, even then the village was still allowed to correct you. You are now simply guiding yourself on what you believe to be right and wrong. And we need to get back to that place to where we trusted the people around us to make sure that we were doing what was, I'm going to use one of Miss Taken's words, that we were doing what was righteous, that we were doing what was morally correct, and not going off of just our own idea of what it should be, which is how we run amok and we got boys trying to compete in girl races and ridiculous, like there's just a whole bunch of ridiculousness that's come from this hyper individualized, over sexualized, individualistic mindset that I get to set my own course when we know it to have the ability to break society, i.e. Rome and Sodom and Gomorrah and all of these other things. We know what this individualistic and singular mindset does to a society, and we're still pushing that direction. Make it make sense. I'm sorry. It's just crazy to me, y'all. The way people move, and I can do what I want to do, and you can't say anything about what I do because that's just what I want to do.
Yeah, no regular. Like everybody needs rules, or it's gonna just get crazy. Wow. Let me just tell y'all what happened to me, y'all. Y'all ready for story time?
Oh, here we go.
somebody tried to drea me. You know what I'm saying? Without the baby. So
Wait,
I
what
know
you
it's a little
mean?
deep. What?
What you
Can't
mean,
help it.
Dre?
I be fly. You know what I'm saying? Real life, I'm a little fly. But I sat down and talked to this young individual because he's a lot younger than me, and I just wanted to know. I was like, let's divert the attention from me. Let's divert it somewhere else. So let's look at these options we got going on, right? Because he was like, oh, there are no options, and I agree. So because sometimes these guys think they go towards these women because those are the women who are in the environment, right? Those are the ones who gonna show up at the games, be at the parties, and always in their face. So I asked who was the last person, and he pulled up the girl, and obviously she looked just like the rest of them. Okay. And so I think I did a pretty good job. I talked him off of that. I hope I did. I talked about, like, think about your kids. I mean, this girl's half naked in all of her pictures on Instagram, like half naked. She definitely, if she doesn't have an OnlyFans, she might as well, because she's giving it out free on Instagram. You feel me? So I'm like, why don't you and I know this guy. Like, I know how his family raised him. I know so much, and he's just a good dude who just so happens to play, you know. And I tried to talk him off that ledge. Like, this ain't what you want. I don't know why. And I try to ask him, like, what do y'all see in these
Wait,
women?
wait.
Wait,
You try to
so
talk him off the ledge from smashing a pretty girl? Am I hearing the story right?
right.
I tried to talk him off the ledge from getting his heart involved. Because I could tell.
Oh, he was falling for her.
He said
Oh,
he didn't,
oh.
but listen, I'm older than you. I know when you're talking to somebody and you kind of starting to get them little, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I think you, I say, I understand you. It's cooler to say, I'm just, but I can tell in the way you're talking that you're falling just a little bit.
Uh,
Does he have
Brother.
does he have male figures in his life?
Yeah, he has a full family. Like, this is no, this guy has
how
a
old is he?
young,
He said he has a pension.
a village
Oh, okay. How old is he?
in them 20s, late 20s.
Oh shit! I don't know. You ain't supposed to fall for. You should know by then. You don't fall for
But
them.
the reason why is because he's a good dude. You know how sometimes good dudes,
Oh, we're gonna get to it, huh?
I
Good dudes get played. I
don't
see.
be looking at my stuff and then figure people out. Nah, I'm just gonna leave that man in business alone. But let me just tell you, I think I did the God's work by one,
You,
denying that opportunity, and
he ain't gonna listen, right?
and
That's a
two,
fact, Biz.
you're
Like
right.
what? You just
I tried.
yeah, he ain't gonna listen. Let them.
I
Let
tried to
them.
be the mother figure in the situation. Like, listen, if you are my son, no, it's not going down that way.